Well, Periscope was never going to be the issue. That one, okay. There we go. YouTube is just flipped to letting me know that it's coming. So there we go. Now we are live. Legitimately, we have already done this intro once before, so I'll give you guys the cliff notes. Coffee, pumpkin spice lattes, yada yada yada. Sweet cream nitro cold brew. Right?
Yeah,
Nailed it.
That's about right. Yeah,
Nailed it.
I think we're efficient this Saturday, so
yeah.
Nice quick show. I'm sure it'll be, and pumpkin spice lattes are here to stay.
Yeah, they should burn those things to the ground. That is disgusting.
I don't like anything pumpkin flavored.
Here's the deal: if pumpkin flavor was good, it would exist already. Like you would get pumpkin in March, but it's not. It's not good. That's why it makes no sense. We've already prioritized the correct flavors, and that's not one of them.
Yeah, like vanilla.
Right.
You know? Everybody can.
Nobody's like, oh, I got a vanilla latte in March because it's March. That's not a thing.
I'm with you, man. Everyone jumps on the bandwagon come September.
Exactly.
Pumpkin spice lattes.
Exactly. Let me delete that old fake show that we just did. Delete video. Okay, so MLB Strategy is the promo code. 50% off your first month with us. If you want to check out all that we have to offer, baseball, PGA, NASCAR, soccer projections, which are up and which locks in 6 minutes, just go to Osmo.com or go to Osmo.com/join. Use the promo code MLB Strategy when signing up. Get 50% off that first month of Platinum All Access. And we are brought to you by Yahoo Sports. They are the presenting sponsor of this show, of the Deeper Dive, and of the Early Bird podcast. And they run fantastic contests clear across the board, lower management fees in most of their contests, sometimes no management fees. I dropped the link to EMAC Spotlight Hitters and Stacks article into chat. Some information on how to sign up in there. Use the promo code AWESOMO to get up to $30 in Yahoo Sports rewards points. I highly recommend checking it out. They're running the 500K baller?
500K baller. It's a $10 entry. I like the $10 price point. I like playing that for a lot of sports, somewhere in the 8 to 12. 25 is a little too rich for my blood, especially for a sport that I don't think is my best, NFL. But I'll definitely be throwing in some entries into that $10 hand building. I will be around at Lock this weekend, so I'll actually have time to just shovel more entries into that tournament.
I just realized that I didn't get into any soccer contests on FanDuel, and now I hate myself. If I open this up right now and there's overlay, I am going to be very angry.
Overlay?
A little bit.
Why can't you just enter?
I should be maxing this contest right now. I don't have time. It's a terrible payout structure. $4K to first, $400 to fourth.
That's pretty standard.
That's a monstrous fall, dude.
That wouldn't scare me off this day and age.
The $4 150 max.
I love those. Any site that does that.
I love it too, but that's just not flat enough for me to scramble in for 5 minutes.
Usually FanDuel, that's like their secondary tournament. I like that they run like the $10 or the $9.99, whatever, $4, and then like they've got like $2 25 max. So I was like the low dollar high entry tournaments, and it's like DraftKings has gone away from that.
This is going to overlay massively. It's only 80% full right now with 4 minutes to go.
Man, I should have gotten that.
I finished top 10 last week. I'm really aggravated that I just didn't even think about it here.
Well, if you want to, if you have your lineups, feel free to.
I didn't even run a FanDuel crunch. So
you didn't?
This would be like, could I get them in? Probably.
Yeah.
Would it be smart? Probably not. It's just one of those mornings. Look, here's the deal. We've got 9 games to talk about, and let's just rip through it. All Ownership is out. Let's go. You ready?
Yeah.
Orioles and Mariners. Basically a coin flip game, 5.3, 5.2, somewhere in that neighborhood for both teams. Asher Wojciechowski going for the O's, Justice Sheffield for the Mariners. Neither guy really getting any ownership. I don't mind Asher for 28 on Yahoo. 7K on DK is tolerable, but I'm not looking for pitching in this game. You like either guy?
Asher would be the guy I would go to if I had to choose one. Don't really like the price on Asher. If he was priced down with some of these other punt options, I would look to him. Still a 5.3 implied total against. I guess he does have some upside in this matchup, but I'd rather just get down to the lower tier. I like Baltimore Bats actually against Sheffield. Nunez is a guy that I think is really underpriced. Santander is underpriced as well. And then the usual guys, Alberto leading off. VR is under 5K. I think the top of the Baltimore lineup looks pretty appealing here.
I like both sides, I think. I love that Kyle Lewis donged immediately last night.
I know.
Like, here we go Mariners.
Yeah,
I do like the top of the Orioles lineup more than I like the top of the Mariners lineup. That's for sure. But I do like both sides just because I don't really think that either pitcher is particularly scary. So JP Crawford, if he's hitting second for 3,500, I think that's a decent way to fill out a shortstop spot. Venado Nunez for 3,800 looks like a bargain for the Orioles, especially against a lefty. I mean, Woj is going to see 7 lefties. That's a lot. It's a shame that only like 2.5 of them are any good.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. It's like Vogelbach, but he's batting 7th. Shedlong and Crawford are 2 guys that were coming up. Well, and Seager a little bit. They were all coming up in my crunches, but just a price play. Value on both sides. Just if you look at the implied totals compared to the salaries, if you're looking over on DraftKings, on Yahoo, let's see here. Orioles are priced up a little bit. They're less appealing over there, and Seattle's actually priced up as well. So I wouldn't be too interested in this game over on Yahoo. It's more of a DraftKings play, just where they're cheap.
Let me figure out where I have these guys ranked. Just have to grab all the team names quickly. Hey, anything good happen for you DFS-wise last night?
No, I just realized we didn't look at lineup study. If you wanted to do that, we can do that at the end too. I mean, if you want,
we can pull it up right now.
No, nothing good for me. I actually got smoked in both preseason and the mini max.
I broke even last night, so I'll take it.
Nice.
I'm really off. This is the first Saturday I've done in a while with soccer going on. I still have a little bit of MMA to do, so I'm just not like. All of my morning is off today. I just don't have it going. Let's see. Highest exposed player in the $16 last night. Jake DeGrom went for 35.35. Can't beat that. Anibal Sanchez, though. 6.5. How's that floor? Yeah.
Wow.
Makes me look like a dum-dum. Greinke went for 11. Terrible. High scoring pitchers. Jake DeGrom, 35. Merrill Kelly, 34.75. Fulton Nevich, 34.
Merrill Kelly had 37?
34.75.
Yeah, I'm just not going to win on those nights.
Nope. Eloy Jimenez grand slam stung because I had a bit of the White Sox and I had no Eloy Jimenez.
I was under on the White Sox. So once they started scoring a bunch of runs, Moncada had a 3-run homer early.
Yeah.
None of the cheap pitchers like the Felix Brault was okay. But like Felix was garbage.
We have something to talk about.
What's up?
Did you see how many innings Mike Fiers threw?
No.
8.
No way.
I swear to God. He went for 30.8 fantasy points last night.
Oh my God, dude. I didn't even realize that.
8. I didn't think that he would go 8 in his next 2 starts combined.
Yeah. That's so frustrating, dude.
I clicked on that game, or I was scrolling through MLB.com, and I saw that. No, I was scrolling through oh my God, I'm dead, dude. I'm dead. I got nothing. Going through FanDuel's leaderboard from top to bottom in terms of individual players, and Fiers was like the 5th dude I saw, and under it was like 8 innings, blah blah blah. I was like 8 innings. Did a guy ask in chat and was like, "Oh, should I pivot straight off to Montgomery?" Yes.
Yeah, not Montgomery, but it was another cheap guy. Montgomery was 2 nights ago.
Oh yeah, who was it?
It was like, it wasn't Felix. It wasn't Brault. It was the third guy that was cheap that we were playing.
I think he got bombed. Zimmerman.
Yep.
-5 last night.
Good call by us.
Nailed it.
I think I told him, pivot to Zimmerman.
Nailed it, dude.
Freaking fires, dude.
I mean, Castillo, Morton, Anderson, Porcello, Lauer, Brooks, Bieber, Cease, Fires, Fulte, Kelly, DeGrom, all 20 or more last night.
Wasn't on Fulte at all. That was a weird one. I felt like I probably should have been on him a little bit, but yeah, did not work out for me at all. Didn't have enough White Sox.
Yeah, and the winning lineup was Merrill Kelly, Mike Fultonevich, White Sox, Dodgers stack.
White Sox, Dodgers.
Yeah.
Dodgers I had, but yeah, brutal night. Classic September baseball. Guy's supposed to throw 4 innings. He throws 8, and I get off of him completely.
You know what the best part of last night was?
What?
That Aaron Judge hit a dong and no one else got one. I am now in first in dong rate and pick rate.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to take the rest of the season off.
I mean, I'm going to catch you. I'm going to get one.
That's hard, man. That's hard.
But it's tough, yeah. But
if I win in both pick rates, I'm going to be insufferable, even more so than normal.
It's all right. I'm winning the Cal Ripken Award, hopefully. Me or EMAC.
There you go.
Show up every day. Be a compiler.
Load management, dude.
Yeah, that's you.
Orioles are my number 9 stack, and Mariners are my number 5. So everything I said before meant prioritize the Mariners. Easier to get to, I believe. But I just want to get some offense here. It's always good to have bats in Baltimore. Favorite bat in the whole game?
Wait, okay, I have the game from yesterday pulled up. I think I like Santander.
Yeah. Donged early yesterday as well. Not a ton of ownership coming in for these guys. Orioles are 9th overall in ownership, and the Mariners are 6th. So something to keep in mind. It's a good spot for offense. Not quite as good as this, however. 6.7 run implied total for the Minnesota Twins. 3.8 for the Royals. Jose Barrios and Glenn Sparkman. No chance I'm going to Sparkman, but Barrios, 49% owned on Yahoo, where he's $42. 28% on FanDuel. 27% on Draftkings. I don't know what your thoughts are, but 27% seems kind of over-owned for him at 10-9. I don't like that at all.
Right. When I was writing the spotlight pitchers, I just assumed that people wouldn't be on him because he's a little bit expensive. But first round of ownership looks like he's at least somewhat easy to fit in today. So I wonder where the chalk stack is going to be outside of the Twins. It'd be pretty difficult to fit in a full Minnesota stack.
18% aggregate ownership for the Twins right now. By far the highest number on FanDuel.
I guess it's not that difficult with Arise batting leadoff probably for under 4K for a 7 implied total team. Cave probably going to be in the lineup, Astudillo. So the bottom of this lineup isn't that hard to fit in. So maybe you can go with Barrios and one of these punts. I like Jose Barrios. I think I wrote that he's a better real life guy than DFS guy that we always talk about, but this is a good real life matchup. It's a scary couple bats at the top of this Royals lineup, but Barrios still can get strikeouts even though it's down this season. And you like the win equity is just so huge here. I know it's not that important on DraftKings, but he's affordable enough on all sites and obviously on Yahoo, just way too cheap.
Diamondbacks, where's that hiding? Luke Weaver is not going that deep in the game.
That's a name I haven't heard for a while.
Making his first start back, but it doesn't look like he did any rehab starts or anything, so
nothing
popping up as like a crazy value. It might be because it's like playoffs or something, but I don't know.
When's the last time he's pitched? May? Yeah, May 26th. Wow.
Needed to nerf that a little bit. He was popping up like crazy. Yeah, I don't get. So the price on Barrios on Yahoo is fantastic. 42, I'm in for that one. But I don't want to pay 10-9 for him. I don't think that's a great value.
It's not a great value. I think I even said that. But I mean, I said that in the spotlight picture, so we're on the same page. Our first look here, but the top tier isn't that great tonight. It's him and Walker Buehler for the main slate. And Bueller's just more expensive than he is. So that's it. I mean, your other options in this range are paying $9,600 for Cueto. Manaya, I guess, is in striking distance with Barrios, who I like quite a bit. But outside of him, like, who are you going to start your lineups with besides Barrios or Buehler up at the top?
Max Fried.
Yeah, I mean, he's my other one that I really like.
I can't imagine either one of us want any Glenn Sparkman in the spot. So let's talk about those Twins bats. Going to be hard to avoid here, huh? Chalk.
Yep. Number one stack. I would be shocked if they're not my highest exposed stack on the night.
I agree. Well, no, actually, I don't agree. I mean, they're clearly fantastic. I don't think that they would be my highest owned stack. Just because of how owned they are. I think that I would probably have a little bit more interest in the Phillies. We'll get there. Potentially the Indians and A's just because of the Twins lineup. But it's not like I'm avoiding Minnesota for any reason other than just I could see a scenario where they're slightly overowned.
Yeah, they're probably going to be a little overowned.
But they're fantastic. I mean, there's not... Look, it's Nelson Cruz. It's Mitch Garver. I mean, this lineup's kind of weird. I like Scope for 3,800, even if he's at the bottom. You're just basically trying to pay for a home run. So,
yeah,
can't avoid the Twins today.
No, they're incredible.
Any Royals bats against Barrios?
Mondesi's too cheap at 4,300.
Yep.
That's about it.
Yep. Yes. Eric Mejia is the flat minimum on DraftKings, so cash play, I guess. I don't know, but he's also terrible.
Yeah, not great. I would look to differentiate there.
Yeah. All right.
O'Hearn's also his classic 2,700, but just don't play these guys because of their price. Barrios is good.
David Silva goal for Manchester City. Who scored the other one? Nobody. Looks like it got taken away.
Goal's already starting.
Game started at 10 o'clock.
Well, there you go.
It's got 2 alerts. Goal Burnley. Show the damn goal on my phone. Whatever. Brewers and Pirates. 5.5 run implied total for the Brew Crew. 3.6 for the Pirates. Zack Davies and James Marvel is what I've got. Whatever, I don't know, whatever James Marvel is. Marvel Comics. James Carville, maybe? I don't know. Let's pull him up on Fangraphs and see what we've got going here. 26 years old, non-prospect. Fantastic. Let's see. In the minors this season, 162 innings with a 21% K rate, 7% walk rate, 3.56 FIP. That is what I would like to call a completely meaningless pitcher for the Pirates today. 9% ownership because he's 4,900, but I'm going to go ahead and pass. What about Zack Davies? He's not over 10% anywhere, but I don't know. Worth a look? I think it's a decent value spot.
Davies just stinks because he doesn't get any strikeouts.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's see where he's at for the season.
I have him projected for 3.6.
Right. So it's like, what's your actual upside against a team that doesn't strike out very much? Wait, he's not even on the first page on Fangraphs for today's probable pitchers. So let's see. Davies.
Oh, okay.
15.4% K rate on the season. So I get the fancy total against him is low, but this is such a low upside play too. And he's not like 5K, he's 6,700. He still has to do something. And there's just way better guys that I think for Alex are that are cheaper that are going to project better. Like I think Wade Miley's going to project better. It's basically the same spot for a guy who gets more strikeouts against a worse lineup. The Angels lineup is bad without Trout and Ohtani. There's another cheap guy as well, Cal Quantrill. Like I'll just take the cheaper guy that I think is the exact same. Freaking Davies, man, he's bad.
He's not very good, dude, at all. But $28 on Yahoo seems kind of appealing.
Yeah,
I guess. I mean, you don't really need to pay down for pitcher on Yahoo today. The most expensive pitcher is Walker Buehler at $46. So digging stuff out of the dumpster is not necessarily a thing you have to do. You can very easily pair, Buehler with someone with actual talent. But Davies for 28 looks pretty good.
agreed. That's a fine price. I mean, if he's a pure punt, then it's okay.
In terms of bats, Brewers rank 7th for me. They are 4th in ownership. Pirates are near the bottom. I don't really have any interest in the Pirates. That implied total of 3.6 is kind of gross. I think the prices on some of these Brewers bats are fine. It all depends how the order comes in, but the Grisham, Grandal, Moustakas, Braun, Thames, Kane section works pretty well for me. I'm happy to stack up really any of those first 6, but I don't get the sense that I'm going to have a ton in this game.
I really love Grandal as a one-off catcher. The Brewers pricing is fine, but like I'm getting their guys in double digits without running crunches. So there's some decent value here on Milwaukee, but just wanted to single out Grandal at a position that usually sucks. I'd like to pay up for an actual good hitter that's batting up in the order if I could.
Is there a single Pirates bat that stands out for you?
Let me see here. I don't think I got a bunch of these guys. No one looks super appealing. No, I got nothing.
Keep it going.
You have anyone?
No, I don't. $8 Jose Ozuna on Yahoo.
Okay.
Astros and Angels. 5.4 run implied total for the Stros, 3.6 for the Angels. Wade Miley and Patrick Sandoval. Yeah, so Wade Miley for 5,700 looks fantastic. He does not have the same kind of pricing on the other sites, but I mean, I think that he is the pay down option you feel most comfortable with an Angels lineup missing Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout.
Wade Miley was 9,900 2 starts ago. 9,300 2 starts ago. 99 3 starts ago. He was 11-2 a little over a month ago, and now he's 5,700. Not as a massive dog, but as a minus 313 favorite. So, yeah,
wow.
you take
Manchester City is winning 4-0 in the first 14 minutes of the game.
That seems crazy.
Yeah. Sorry, even our YouTube chat is on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. That's so they already broke the slate then, right?
They were going to break the slate one way or the other.
Oh, okay. So they're massive chalk.
Yep.
Well, Wade Miley's going to be massive chalk, I would think. Right now, as weird as it sounds, like under 30% ownership seems way too low for this guy. Quantrill getting more ownership than Miley at $500 less. Win equity is huge here for Miley. He's been bad in 2 out of his last 3 starts, like really bad, like kills your lineup bad. Negative 18 and negative 13 points in 2 out of his last 3. Bounce back last start. He's a fine pitcher. He's 5,700. He's too cheap. This has to be the highest favorite for a sub 6K pitcher we've seen all season.
Yeah, it's my favorite spot. Although you can make a case for Cal Quantrill, but I guess we'll get there.
He's fine too, but
yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable with Miley.
Yeah, and I would rather not face Arizona than the Angels. I don't know. Everything to me is pointing to Miley. I don't know.
I'm with you. What do you think about Astros bats? Why is Patrick Sandoval 8,800?
That's what I was going to say. What happened to did they switch these guys' prices around?
I was starting to think I did.
Maybe Miley was supposed to be 88 and Sandoval was supposed to be 57. A lefty going up against Houston with a 6.2 implied total right now. a lefty that.
Oh my God, it's 5-0 now.
Dude, that's crazy.
Sorry, it's just that's ridiculous.
Were they playing like a JV team or?
No.
Jeez.
I mean, Watford's not great, but better than that.
Sandoval hasn't been bad. He's not giving up a lot of power. He's got almost a 27% strikeout rate, but this is a whole new level of bad matchup for Sandoval. I've absolutely no interest in playing him.
Yeah.
And Houston, you've got some guys that are too cheap here. Bregman, Altuve. Yordan Alvarez is once again one of my favorite GPP plays, facing a lefty but priced up. I love Houston. I think they could flirt with Minnesota as my top stack, even though they're a little bit tough to get to.
I like Houston a lot, actually. Had a bit yesterday. All the righties clearly look great. I mean, outside of Yordan Alvarez at 5,600, who's going to get no ownership because this is lefty-lefty, it's really not that hard to get to them. I mean, Brantley at 4K is a bargain. Gurriel at 42, dual eligibility. Totally fine. You don't mind spending for Altuve. Bregman at 49, dual at third and short. Hard to not like them, especially with a total north of 6.
Yeah, a little bit more expensive on Yahoo.
Yeah.
Brantley's the only one that's cheap at $12. All the big guns are 21 or more in the top 6 besides Brantley.
Any Angels bats against Miley? Andrelton Simmons for 3,200.
Anderson Simmons is $7 on Yahoo. I suppose as a one-off shortstop, that's not the worst. But if I'm being realistic here, I don't think I end up with much of any Angels bats.
Agreed. Favorite Astros bat?
Bregman.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
I do not disagree. Indians and Phillies, 5.8 run implied total for the Indians, 4.7 for the Phils. Zach Plesac, Jason Vargas. Plesac for $32 on Yahoo looks okay to me, but he is not owned. Neither pitcher is owned. I certainly don't want Vargas. You want any Plesac?
No way. No Plesac. There's a guy much better, well, for cheaper and for a little bit more expensive. So he is just sandwiched between two much better plays. I'm not trying to get cute with Plesac here. I don't even think he's very good anyways. So
I do like the $32 price on Yahoo, though. That's not bad. Although, again, relative to the rest of the pitchers on the slate, it's super not interesting either.
Yeah, Bueller's like 46 on Yahoo.
Yeah, that's sort of the issue here.
Yeah, Fried's like a little over 40, I think. There's a bunch of guys in that mid tier that you don't even need to worry about the punts that much on Yahoo.
I like bats in this game on both sides, though.
You mentioned Phillies were one of your favorite stacks when we were talking about Minnesota.
Yeah.
What you like Philadelphia?
There's so much power here, and lefty power is what gets played up. Plesac, if I remember correctly, and let me pull it up quickly just so I'm not wrong. Plesac gives up a ton of power to lefties, unless I'm thinking of a different pitcher, which has happened in the past day for me.
Let's see. You just search by home run per 9.
Yeah, 170 x ISO to lefties this season, 201 to righties. Lefty power plays up in this park. So Harper, Jay Bruce, Brad Miller for 3K dual eligibility. If you're trying to buy homers, I think it's an interesting spot to look. Now, clearly, I'll take some Rhys Hoskins or Real Muto as well. I think that's a sneaky spot. But it's not that sneaky because JT Real Muto is at 19% ownership, Bruce at 13, and Harper at 14.
Wow, that's a little bit unexpected.
Yeah.
I like those guys. Love paying for good catchers, like I mentioned with Grandal, so I have no problem paying 45 for Real Muto. Like Bryce, like Rhys, I like Bruce. So I'm with it. Like I think they're all good plays against Plesac. And a pretty good hitting environment too, 80 plus degrees in Cleveland at game time, and possibly some wind blowing out too. So I like Philly. I don't know if I like him right now as much as the field, but I'm definitely definitely there.
They rank number 1 for me.
Wow. So how much of them do you think you would have if the slate started right now with this ownership?
I have 8.8% aggregate in here for the public. 17, something like that. Twice the field.
That's healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of Phillies for me today.
I do not disagree.
Jay Bruce, 32% owned on FanDuel at 2,200. Keep an eye on that one. It's not to say that I don't like the Indians side, because they are 3rd for me and they are 6th in ownership. I like basically the entire lineup outside of, I'm not a big Mike Freeman guy, but give me Lindor, Mercado, Santana, Puig, Luplow, Reyes, Roberto Perez. There's so much power here, and well, Jason Vargas is Jason Vargas.
Yeah, Puig, once again, one of the most underpriced guys on the slate. I'm trying to pull up Cleveland's numbers versus lefties with their active roster, because you would think they would be awesome with this lineup against lefties. Let's see where they're at for the season. Just searching by WRC plus. They're top 10, 105 WRC plus. They don't strike out a lot. You're going to get a ton of balls in play against Jason Vargas, and a near 6 implied total. I mentioned the weather. There's not one guy that I wouldn't be willing to play in this lineup for Cleveland.
Right.
Where are they at compared to Minnesota in aggregate ownership?
Indians 7.1, Twins 15.4.
So that's a reasonable pivot.
Yeah. I don't have them. I don't have the gap between them to be all that huge. So
no, I don't think it's that big. I mean, it's a 1 run. Yeah, 1 run difference in implied total. They're going up against just as bad of a pitcher as Sparkman. Yeah. The pricing looks great, so I like Cleveland a lot. And there's your pivot, like in a single entry off of Minnesota, if you want to get away from the chalk.
Yeah. Or the Phillies, either way.
Could do that too. Reasonable prices there.
I have the Twins smack dab between the Phillies and the Indians in terms of my rankings, but Twins and Indians are super close. We'll see where that ends up as we get closer to lock. Favorite bat in this entire game?
Puig.
Yep. Agreed. Keeping it going. Perfect time for everybody to hit the like button. Coming up after this show, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Sal Vetri and Chris Randone will be taking their final walkthrough of the NFL for tomorrow. And then at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, on the contrary, Chris Spags, Alex Osimo Baker, and Mike Taglieri of Fantasy Pros will be on for On the Contrary. So that'll be happening at 2 Eastern. Check that out, guys. Great show. Back-to-back fantastic NFL shows. So they're not physically back-to-back. There's a gap between them, but two shows in a row of good NFL content.
Go get some food in between.
Yes.
Get back to your desk. Tell your wife or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend or dog that you'll be busy for another hour.
I need to get some
swamped
food
at work. Yeah.
Braves and Giants. 4.4 run implied total for the Braves. 3.6 for the Giants. Max Fried, Johnny Cueto. Fried, $43 on Yahoo, $8,600 on FanDuel, $8,500 on DraftKings. Getting some ownership across the board, mid-20s on the 2 pitcher sites. No ownership going to Cueto after his miraculous return to the majors, but Fried for $8,500 on DraftKings is probably my favorite pitcher overall on the slate. If I'm not talking about like bargain guys like Miley, Fried I expect to be my most exposed pitcher today.
100% agree. I believe he will be my highest exposed pitcher. First of all, he's good. His strikeout rate on the season, let's see where he's at. Versus righties, I think he's just under 24%. That's solid. Against lefties, he's over 28%. It's a really low total against him, 3.7, one of the lowest on the slate. He's at a mid-tier price. I think he's underpriced when you compare to a guy like Barrios or even Manaea. I see absolutely nothing worrisome about this Giants lineup outside of maybe Longoria, and just Posey doesn't strike out that much. But pitcher spot, get Cueto. I'm sure his strikeout rate is astronomical at this point in his career.
Yeah.
Fried just looks like the most solid option on the slate, and underpriced to me. So I'll just eat whatever chalk there is with Fried.
Yeah, Fried 266 xWOBA to lefties, 313 to righties. This is a sea of righties, but it's also a sea of righties that probably don't hit 313 WOBA in the aggregate. That whole lineup's terrible. I love Max Fried here. I wish it were in San Francisco, but he'd be more popular, so I'm happy to just go to it. I mean, 50-60% Fried, I think, is very realistic here.
If this is in San Francisco, he's probably like 45%, 50% owned.
Yeah. Any Braves bats for you? It's not really like a great offensive spot for me.
Well, just Freddie Freeman is way too cheap at 4,500.
Yeah.
So is Albies at 42. I think I might get to some Brave stacks.
I have them as the most over-owned team right now.
They probably will be.
They are 5th in aggregate ownership. I have them 12th overall.
So they're going to be, I'm assuming that's going to be similar when Alex has his top stack tool out.
Yeah.
Just because they're cheap, but a 4.5 implied total is nothing great on this slate. So they're going to have a low chance being the top stack. But because they're good hitters, especially the top of the lineup, and you got Joyce in there who's always cheap, they're going to be an optimizer play. So I'll try to lay off, but $4,500 Freddie Freeman's going to be tough to lay off of.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to not like Freddie Freeman in basically anything that he does. Sign me up for Markakis and McCann, though, too. That's good prices.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk about Giants bats.
I got nothing on Giants bats.
No. Here goes nothing. Padres and Diamondbacks, 3.7 run implied total for the Pods, 4.3 for the D-backs. Cal Quantrill and Luke Weaver. Quantrill, 8% owned on Yahoo, 5 on FanDuel, 30 on DraftKings at 5,200. Let's just start there. I agree with it. He's the best dollar for dollar play I have today.
I would have Miley ahead of him, but it's close. Let me see.
I have Miley by 0.8 of a fantasy point, which isn't enough to get over the value. They're 2.5 and 2.6 points per 1,000, so they're neck and neck. I just have Miley slightly ahead.
I give Miley the slight bump here. Miley is a little bit higher in K percentage overall, 19.9 compared to 19.5. Gives up a few less home runs, 1.22 compared to Quantrill's 1.4 almost. Miley's got a lower whip. I think Miley's just got a better matchup, so I'll try to get to Miley. I think Quantrill is also a fantastic cheap option, though. A little bit of strikeouts in him at the near 20% K rate. I didn't realize how bad Arizona was versus righties. In my head, I had them as a pretty decent team against them, but on the season, they don't strike out, and maybe that's what I was thinking of. 21.2% K percentage versus righties this season for this active roster. 86 WRC plus. That's down there with the Reds, Padres, Marlins, and Rockies. And then the Tigers are the only teams below them in WRC plus. So, I think it is a much better matchup than it looked like just at first look for me. He's just underpriced. That's it.
Really weird for me to see. This is sort of the reason why I don't think I like Berrios all that much, because 57% of the ownership is going to Miley and Quantrill, which, I understand why it's happening, but that's basically the same amount of ownership that's going to Buehler and Berrios. I don't love the idea of 10-9 Berrios with one of these punts to hold hands with all of the ownership. Mm-hmm. If it means that I have like 80% Walker Buehler and I'm splitting it between those guys, I feel a little bit better because I think their ceilings are just dramatically different. But I would rather just get more Max Fried and not have to worry about playing Wade Miley and Cal Quantrill in half my lineups.
Right. I think I agree with you. I thought it was going to be Ryu last night when I looked at this for the Dodgers, and that would have changed some things for me.
Yeah.
But now now that we know it's going to be Bueller, it's hard not to like him over Barrios if you can afford the extra 1,300 or what is it, 1,200, 1,400, 1,400.
Yeah.
Matt's hard. Yeah, so that would be my favorite combo, but I do think it is a pretty good upside spot for Barrios too. But you still have to bank on Bueller not going nuts.
Yep.
Which difficult. It's going to be difficult in this matchup. Like that is not going to be a fun fade if you decide to get away from Bueller.
The other piece of this is Luke Weaver. I have no idea how long this dude is going. He doesn't have any game logs from the minors. He's been on the 60-day DL. I can't imagine wanting to spend $8,500 or $10K on FanDuel, $35 on Yahoo. He's an ignore for me unless we find out that he is fully stretched and ready to go.
Same thing for me. Ignore. This park is not. It's not good for hitting either.
Nope. I'm ignoring both sets of bats.
Machado, I'll get to, I'm sure. But that is about it.
Yeah. Diamondbacks are 11th for me. Padres are 17th out of 18. I don't have any recommendations here outside of, Machado works on every slate. The fact that he's 3,600, how bad is he this year? He's clearly awful, right?
Has he been that bad?
Dude, he's 3,600. There's no possible way that he's good.
All right, let me see here.
Right?
Pull up his season numbers.
105 weighted runs created plus. He's hitting 250, 453 slugging.
He's got 30 homers.
Yeah.
30 homers, 82.
His lowest slugging percentage in 4 years. A lot of that has to do with hitting in San Diego, but
it's definitely not a great year for him.
No, it's his worst year in baseball.
Yeah. He's a guy who's hitting 30 home runs through 150 games or whatever. Shouldn't be 3,600.
Nope, not at all. That's more homers than I actually thought he was going to have just based on his price. I don't know. 2 to go. I don't have anything else for this game. It's a no-go for me.
Yep.
Outside of Quantrill. A's and Rangers. 5.7 run implied total for the A's. 3.3 for the Rangers. 73% chance to win for Oakland. 4 teams in the 70s for their chance to win today. Twins, Astros, A's, and Dodgers. Sean Manaea, Brock Burke. Manaea, 29% owned on Yahoo, 13 on FanDuel, 18 on DK. It's a really, really good spot. The park is fantastic. The Rangers' offense stinks. Not sure that he gets enough strikeouts here to be interesting at that price tag.
Yeah, he's looked really impressive. The price tag is the only thing holding me back from getting a ton of Manaea. If he was priced near Fried, I would be close to all in on just those 2 guys. I think I still will have a bunch of Manaea at just under 10K. You can make a case he's a better play than Barrios, just straight up.
I agree.
His win equity is huge, minus 300 favorite, similar to Barrios. Lower total for Texas than the Royals. And Manaea's just been really awesome since coming back. 21 strikeouts in 18 innings and allowing just 1 run in total in this 3 starts. He's pretty stretched out. I think there's a chance he goes 100 pitches. And the matchup against Texas really could not be any better. Lowest WRC plus versus lefties. 26.3% K rate. On base percentage under 300 this year for Texas versus lefties. They're just really, really awful. And Manaea has been solid.
Yeah, the problem is this. His strikeout prop right now is 5.5 minus 140 on the under. So somewhere around 5. Barrios 6.5 even action. So basically an extra strikeout and a half from Barrios right now. It's just simply the fact. And, they both have amazing winning matchups. The Rangers and the Royals are both relatively similar in this spot from a skill set perspective. So I don't know. I don't think the upside is there for Manaea.
How many strikeouts do you have Manaea projected for?
4.4. But I would boost that to by 5 or 10% just to come a little bit closer to where that line is. But I don't touch any of the K props until lineups come out.
I would bet over on that K prop. I think he gets to 6.
Well, there you go. You can get even action on that. 5.5 plus 100.
I think that's a pretty good bet.
No,
Because he
it
could
wouldn't
do
shock
that.
me. The Rangers are
Yeah,
bad.
he could do that in 4 innings against this
Yeah.
awful squad.
Like Elvis Andrus, Willie Calhoun, Kiner Falefa, Trevino don't really strike out all that often.
Fair enough.
Oakland Bats. I mean, the park stinks, but they're my number 4 team. They are 9th in ownership. It's just another spot where I think that you can get so many of these power hitters. Give me Semien, give me Chapman, give me Kana, give me Laureano, Chris Davis, Sean Murphy, Chad Pinder. It's a terrible park, but I love the total and I love the matchup.
Yeah, terrible park, but Oakland's so good versus lefties. 217 ISO, that's top 5 in the MLB. They don't strike out. I don't think Burke's going to be the one to strike him out a ton here. And they're just going to throw out a boatload of righties with Matt Olson being the lone lefty probably. I like Oakland a lot.
Yep. Matt Olson 1% owned on Draftkings and on FanDuel. If you're stacking up Oakland, prioritize him. Once they knock Brock Burke out, going to be all sorts of different handed pitchers coming. So
Exactly.
he's a great pay up to be contrarian option for Oakland.
Yep.
Who's your favorite A's bat? Oh, this isn't even a question. I don't even have to ask you.
I think it's Olson.
It's Chapman for me.
Chapman.
4K.
That's
third baseman.
Probably your cash third baseman.
Yeah. Only 11% owned right now.
I mean, who are the other third basemen?
I don't know.
Bregman, Gurriel, I suppose.
Yeah, Bregman is problematic.
So no. Yeah.
Let me sort it out and see how it actually ranks up for me. I mean, everybody's in the 10s. Listen to this exposure right now. This is the ownership for anybody with third base eligibility. I'm ranking these guys from top to bottom in my model. 14, 10, 11, 11, 1 for Nolan Arenado. 10, 11, 11, 11, 4, 10. So it's just like everybody's 10%.
Third base is deep.
Yeah, 21% going to Astudillo.
Wow. Seems a little high.
Catcher eligibility too,
I suppose.
Any Rangers bats for you?
No. I got nothing on this team. This garbage team.
Closing it out. Dodgers and Rockies. 5.7 run implied total for the Dodgers. 3-2 for the Rocks. 75% chance to win for LA. Walker Buehler. Chichi Gonzalez. Can't get enough Chichi, right?
It's going to be the Chi-Chi troll here.
Yeah.
The Dodgers. I mean, so everyone's underpriced today, it seems like. All the good teams, at least. Minnesota, LA. You could make a case Houston's underpriced. Oakland. Dodgers bats look fantastic against awful Chi-Chi. What's he rocking for his strikeout? What's his strikeout prop? Does he have one right now? Was it like 2.5?
3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go to the second page to find his K percentage.
Bueller's is 7.5.
13.5% K rate. Actually higher than I would have thought. I don't know. Should we play this guy? No. Just don't even get cute with Chi-Chi.
No.
Dodgers bats look insanely good.
And we're on the same page here that Walker Buehler is the best option at the top by a mile.
Yeah. I would be surprised if he doesn't grade out as the best pitcher in Alex's projections on DK by like 5 points.
I've got him on Barrios by 4 right now.
Yep.
Yeah. Gotta love it. I like him. No matter what the ownership is, he's just a guy at the top. 67% owned on Yahoo is something else. But
yeah, he's
$46.
Ridiculous.
Dodgers coming in as my number 7 stack. They are second in ownership right now. So I'm a little different. And I'll be honest, on the surface, I don't trust myself. A lot of lefty power here. Gavin Lux at 3% ownership right now on DraftKings. In this spot, lefty righty. I like the Dodgers personally more than my model seems to like them. But you got to be cognizant of the fact that they could pinch hit this entire lineup, because this game means nothing.
Yeah, that's the concern here. Nothing to do with the matchup against Chi-Chi. Is this correct? Chi-Chi has an 18% walk percentage against lefties?
I have no idea.
Wow, that's insane. Maybe the sample isn't huge, but Chi-Chi is really, really bad. And the Dodgers are deep. Muncy back in the lineup. The GOAT. Yeah, this could not be a better spot for the Dodgers.
Ooh, I like Cal Quantrill even more than I did before now. His out prop is 5.8. I had him in for 5 1/3, so
5 point.
5.8 innings.
Oh,
basically.
okay.
So I don't know. Hard to avoid him there. Love the Dodgers though on paper. Jock for 4,100 is a bargain. He's getting the ownership again. The whole top of the order is getting owned. So just mix in Corey Seager, AJ Pollock, Gavin Lux, and Russell Martin, and you'll have a relatively unique Dodgers stack. And I don't have a single interest in anything from the Rockies.
Yeah, there's no reason here for me.
That is it, Jake. 9 games up and down. I don't have anything to add. Be careful. Baseball is in a tricky spot right now. Pinch hitters all over the place. It's a really tough thing to try to model for. So use your discretion. If you're nervous, make some changes. But tune in at 11 o'clock, about 15 minutes, for Sal Vetri, Chris Randone, and then tune in to On the Contrary at 2 p.m. with Alex and Chris and Mike Taglieri. You got anything else, Jake?
Cheat sheets are out. Spotlight pitchers are out. Spotlight hitters from UMAC are out. So go give those a read if you'd like some written content, or just click on them for us, because that does help us out as well. And we got over 100 people watching this. I'm surprised. Hit the like button before you head out here.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that 105 of you don't have anything else to do on a Saturday. That makes me sad. We should all be friends in real life, because guys, just do something different. Find a different hobby. You shouldn't want to listen to Jake and I to start your Saturday and the last week of the regular season. Jake and I are only going to be doing shows for like one more week.
Yeah, no. Then we go on our break.
Yeah. We break up.
And then, we win all the money and then come back and lose on baseball. It's great.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Best of luck tonight. We'll talk to you later.